is me. Terrible. It is time for the Week 17 review video. Since the preview was kind of posted after the Thursday, Wednesday games, we're going to start with Saturday. Chargers, Pats. Everybody knows that they were excited for this game because it was on Saturday, and it ended up being a blowout. I'm glad I did not waste too much time on this one. I like watching football, but sometimes you gotta walk away and just do other things, better things with your time. This was one of them. I started off watching, but, the first half, it was rough, and you could just tell it was going to stay that way for the Pats here. So I got away from watching this one a little bit later and it's good I did because they got absolutely blown out. I made good use of my time. I was productive, and I didn't waste it on this. But tough game for the Pats. Just they got issues. They got a lot of issues, and the Chargers are really good. They've had such a good season. What a turnaround Harbaugh has done with them. But that's the thing. They did have some roster turnover, but they had some decent guys, some decent pieces. They retooled really nicely, got a better coach, and absolutely dominated. Reminds me of that one time where the Pats blew out the Chargers that one time. And, man, you would think, 3-13, this would get a coach fired, but it seems like Gerard Mayo is on a multi-year plan, which I guess that's what you want. I hate when they fire coaches too early, but like when your coach is this bad, and the staff is this bad, and the team is this bad, it's just, I don't know. I've never been here. I don't know what this is. I don't know how to handle it, but 40-7. The Pats are 3-13. Chargers are at 10-6, and they're looking like a playoff team. So we will review the playoff standings and all that at the end of this one, because not a lot has changed, but some has been clinched, and all that. But so that's Chargers, Pats. Then we have Bengals versus the Broncos. Another Saturday game. This one was good. And this was OT. So after having, Christmas Day games, Thursday games, and then the first one on Saturday not be anything special, this one was pretty good. Bengals keep their playoff hopes alive. And I gotta say, I really felt like the Broncos, I don't know, I thought they would get this one. I picked them in this one, so I did get this one wrong. So we're 1-1, but 30-24. Bengals get to 8-8, Broncos 9-7. I felt like the Broncos were just always playing catch up, and massive game from T. Higgins. Absolutely massive. Luckily, I wasn't playing him in any fantasy leagues. In terms of fantasy, I was in 3 championships. Looks like I'm going to lose 2 of them and win 1 of them. And it's actually the original terrible created league from a couple years ago. T. Higgins and Marvin Mims, they were fighting. They were fighting a little bit, that's all. That's all there was to this one. But, crazy stuff. And then the Broncos, in overtime, a tie got them in, so they're like, all right, we're going to just run the clock out. But then they couldn't really run the clock out. Bengals, they had the field goal. The crazy thing was the Marvin Mims touchdown to even send it to overtime. This game was crazy. This game was absolutely nuts. Joe Burrow, if they don't have such a slow start to the year, he's in the MVP conversation maybe a little bit, but I guess it's still Lamar and Josh Allen, but Bo Nix, solid day for him. 219, 3 TDs, 1 pick. Joe Burrow, 412, 3 TDs. Even ran one in. But T. Higgins, 11 catches, 131, 3 TDs. Marvin Mims, 8 for 103, 2 TDs. Sutton had 55 yards and a touchdown. Jamar Chase got over 100 yards. Gesicki played pretty well. So this was a solid one. Solid one for sure. And we head into the evening game, Cardinals versus the Rams. This one had some playoff implications. The Rams are looking to clinch their spot. I think they are just about solidly in and win the division. Cardinals knocked out last week, but obviously they're still going to come to play. This is tough. Cardinals, they hung around, and end of the game they had a chance, and you have a Kyler pick. You have the throw that went off of Trey McBride's helmet, just hit him. It just hit him. That's just tough. He turns like a half second sooner, and he's looking for it. you might have a touchdown there. But that's tough. Tough game for Kyler. Rams didn't even play that well. One of those games where they just kind of scraped by, but Puka Nacua, 10 catches, 129. He had a crazy day. McBride, he had 12 catches, 123, and a touchdown. Pretty much lost me a championship playing against him, but he also won me one, so I guess we can be happy about that. But yeah, 13-9. The Rams get to 10-6. Cardinals 7-9. Honestly, it's probably good for them. They, at this point, it's draft pick. It's like how much higher can you get your draft pick to be? But also, you're just kind of playing. And one thing I always kind of forget, like all these teams, like these guys, they play together all year, and then they develop relationships. And get to the end of the year, and when your team's bad, that they're not even that bad, they're 7-9, but that like a lot of the guys are just not going to be around next year. There's always a lot of roster turnover, so these guys probably just enjoy going out playing football. The Jets cannot say the same. The Giants, I felt like they enjoyed playing their game this weekend. The Jets are miserable. They are in hell, and the Bills are the slight cause of that because they have been so dominant. 40-14, absolute dominant win. And the best part is that the 2 touchdowns were in the fourth quarter when they were starting to rest guys. But yeah, Josh Allen, pretty solid day. They were able to sit him very early in the fourth. But yeah, Bills 3-13. The Jets are 4-12. That's insane. I said it in the preview. It's like, yeah, Rodgers, he just dropped a documentary. Of course he's gonna play like shit. That's like the law of nature. Like, you drop a documentary, you play like shit after. Like, it's just the law. But they were already doing that anyways. But man, Rodgers, dreadful day. If you had him on your fantasy team, I hope you didn't have to play him this week. But wow, absolutely dreadful. Amari Cooper, great day. He had a great catch. Up next, Raiders versus the Saints. This one, I was correct in my prediction. Alright, I'm a genius. I went with the Raiders. No, nobody cares about this one. Some people do. But Raiders, nice win. Abdullah got over 100 yards. That's pretty good. I wish Brock Bowers did a little bit more. That would help me out on fantasy. But yeah, he did get some rookie records. So good for him. But yeah, this one, a lot of backups playing. Spencer Rattler. That's gotta be tough. To watch. But Aiden O'Connell, solid day for him. 242, 2 TDs. But yeah, 25-10. Raiders got the dub. 4-12 Raiders, 5-11 Saints. That definitely helps a little bit with the Pats. Like, I want these bad teams to keep winning, so definitely happy about the Raiders getting a dub. And yeah, at this point, it's about picks. You got 1 week left, literally. And hey, as long as they lose, they should get that top pick. So, we'll see what happens there. But this one right here, oh man, I was mad. I was never going to pick the Giants, but it's certainly, come on, they dropped 45 points. It was like first time since 2019, I think, that they got like 45 points or something like that. I don't know, some kind of couple year record, but the kickoff return, that's when I knew. I was like, oh, the Giants got this. They got it. Which is crazy because it was 7-8 Colts, and they're fighting for a playoff spot, and they just didn't look that good. Joe Flacco, he's done. He had a good year last year for the Browns, but he's done. I can't believe Jonathan Taylor, 125 yards, 2 TDs, and they still couldn't win. Alec Pierce, 122 yards, 1 TD. It's crazy stuff. But Drew Lock, guy even had a rushing touchdown. Just crazy. Just absolutely crazy. 309 yards, 4 TDs passing, 1 rushing. That's filthy. Malik Neighbors, filthy. 7 catches, 171, 2 TDs. Wandale Robinson, 71 in a TD. Even Darius Slayton had a 32-yard touchdown. That's how crazy this game was. Drew Lock is throwing dimes. But, yeah, Michael Pittman, 109 yards and a touchdown. Just what a shootout this was. And I think it drops the Giants, too. They were in that top spot top pick. I think they fell to number 3. I'm gonna have to recheck that, but yeah, helps the Patriots. So I'm cool with all this. I'm cool with everything that the Giants got going on. And like I said, these guys, they know they're not gonna play with certain teammates forever. And it actually looked like the Giants had a lot of fun playing football on Sunday. So you gotta love it. But yeah, so in the same division as those G-men, right here you got Cowboys, Eagles. This was abuse. This was divisional abuse. I mean, Jalen Hurts didn't even play. I mean, what's crazy is like Tanner McKee and Kenny Pickett were playing well. I mean, Tanner McKee threw 3 passes, and 2 of them were for touchdowns. I mean, you can't even make that up. Saquon Barkley gets over 2,000 yards, 31 carries, 167 yards. Crazy. This Eagles team, man, they're filthy. Devontae Smith, 6 catches, 122 TDs. A.J. Brown, 36 yards and a TD. So, yeah, 41-7. Eagles are 13-3. Cowboys 7-9. They were already eliminated last week, but this division-on-division abuse it's getting out of hand there. That's wild. They destroyed them. I mean, that game wasn't even close, and no Jalen Hurts either. That's just, that Eagles team they're that stacked. I mean, another one right here, not close at all. Panthers, Buccaneers, not close. It wasn't close. 48-14. Panthers couldn't even score in the second half, so luckily we went with the Buccaneers. I think we picked the Bucs. I certainly hope we pick the Bucs. But yeah, absolute domination. Baker Mayfield, 359 yards, 5 TDs. Insane. I mean, Adam Thielen, 110, 2 TDs. What makes me very upset is in my one league, in playing for a championship, I put James Conner in. I thought he was going to be healthy. I've been riding with him all year. He got injured early, left the game with 2 points. Bucky Irving on the bench, 20-something points. Even if I made the switch, I'd be in the lead now. The guy still has 2 people playing on Monday night, so I'd probably still lose. But that one hurt because I always ride with your guys. James Conner had been carrying me all year, so I went with him, and he got banged up, and it's a shame. And then, of course, I have another league where I needed Rachaad White, the other running back for the Bucs, to play very well, and he didn't do anything. 30 yards. Thanks a lot, man. Thanks a lot. Bryce Young, 2 or 3, 2 TDs. Baker, 359 and 5. That's just insane. Evans had 2 of those. McMillan had 2. And Payne Durham had 1. So, yeah, Thielen turning back the clock. I don't know how he does it, but yeah, 48-14 was this one. Buccaneers are 9-7. They still have a chance to get in the playoffs, but I think it's getting a little slim. But Panthers are at 4-12. So yeah, Pats, I just love it. Pats are just lined right up for that top pick. Gotta love it. But up next, another divisional matchup that doesn't really matter, but I guess it does for picks. And I'd say the Titans won this. I know they lost the game, but they won this. They now have the better pick. Jaguars are in hell. They're 4-12. I don't know how they're 4-12. Their team's bad. Mac Jones has been playing for them, although 174, 2 TDs, not too bad for him. But Mason Rudolph for the Titans. Tank Commander Rudolph. Excellent work from him, but Brian Thomas Jr., of course, I had to play against him in 2 leagues. 91 yards and a touchdown. But yeah, Parker Washington had a touchdown too. Good for him. But yeah, Titans definitely won this one in terms of the draft pick stuff. But they have a lot to be happy about. I think they actually had 2. I think it's Pats, Titans. So this was pretty much, loser of this game moves up, gets that number 2 pick. So that's interesting. But yeah, heading into the 4 o'clock games, I got a little burned out by this time. We had football Saturday and a lot of football on Sunday. Sometimes I get to those 4 o'clock games and I'm just like, I can't take it anymore. And this one was not worth it. Dolphins didn't even play that well. I mean, they played all right, but easy win against the Browns. I picked up their defense for a reason. But yeah, 20-3. Tyler Huntley got the job done. Dolphins are 8-8. They're still in the hunt. Some things never change. Oh, that's crazy. But we'll move on to this game. This one was a little bit better, but I don't know. The Vikings had a lock on this game. I know the Packers closed it at the end. Some weird stuff going on with clock management, but Vikings held on. They look flat out better from what I saw. Like I said, a little burned out at this time, so I was checking in and out, but not even their best offensive day, really. But Addison had a nice TD. Jalen Naylor had a nice TD. Jacobs got in the end zone. Emmanuel Wilson, didn't even know that guy existed, but he got in for the Packers. So, but yeah, Darnold, 377, 3 TDs, 1 pick. Jordan Love was 185, 1 TD. 27-25 was this one. Solid win, 14-2. The Vikings are. Packers go to 11-5, so they're going to be alright. They're going to have tougher matchup in the playoffs. Next year will be their year for sure. They look really good this year, though. But next year should be pretty good as well, so I don't know. They're good this year. They could easily make a run, but we'll see. But solid win for the Vikings. Much needed win, and now I think they play the Lions for the 1 seed in Week 18. That's insane. That's crazy. Alright, but let's get to the final Sunday game. Another OT game. Man, Falcons, Commanders. Insane. Absolutely insane. The Falcons, Penix, was it 4th and goal or something? Penix to Kyle Pitts. Could be hearing that a lot. Who knows? But 30-24 OT win. Jane Daniels just marched him down the field at the end. And they were able to score. Falcons didn't even have a shot, but just for them to get to that point, pretty impressive for sure. But Falcons were there. They definitely had a shot in this one. And yeah, I mean, Penix, it's just rough. Like, this is not the time for him to, like, kind of work through the struggles and of being, a first-year QB. If anything, it would have been better if he's just started the season. But the whole thing with Kirk Cousins, and then he's not playing well, and then they put him in when they're trying to make a playoff push. It's just a tough spot to be in. I thought he handled it pretty well. Bijan Robinson was pretty good. But Daniels, 227, 3 TDs, 1 pick. 127 yards rushing. Insane. I think he broke the rushing record for rookie QBs or something like that. I don't even know what it is, but yeah, this one was good. Great way to end the Sunday. Zach Ertz, 2 TDs. Kyle Pitts had his TD. Drake London, 100 yards. So pretty good stuff. That'll be it. Monday night game tonight. We'll see the results. Playoff machine video tomorrow.